Hey, all right, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. Wanted to come live and show you something that I've been playing with the last couple weeks with myself and my own issues and with some of my clients who have some nagging pain that they haven't been able to get rid of in shoulders and knees and things like that. So usually when someone comes to me and I'm working with them for pain that is around a specific joint, I go to the opposing joint. So if they have an issue with their right shoulder, I'll usually go and try to mobilize their left hip. So I know it sounds crazy, but if you watch one of my videos last week, I go into the ideas behind why that makes sense a little bit more. But one of the things I don't spend enough time on, and I'm not sure why because I know it, but it's the idea of giving different sensation to the areas where you have pain, or even playing with the opposing joint if playing with the area where you have pain isn't working. So obviously mobilization is important, and that's a certain type of sensory input that your brain is getting. But there's a whole range of sensory input that you could provide to an area where you have pain and see how your body responds to that, whether that decreases pain and increases your pain-free range of motion or not. So the skin has different sensors to pay attention to what's going on in your environment. As an example, you have sensors that pick up wind, that pick up deep pressure, and so forth. So what I want you to do, if you have pain somewhere, we'll say it is your, we're going to go with my shoulder. So say you have pain in your right shoulder. There's a couple things you could play with. One is an instrument where you could give some more direct pressure. So this is kind of like an instrument that you would find at your doctor's office. But you can play around with something else, even your fist. So I want you to investigate with different type of sensory input to the area where you have pain, and play around and see if that decreases your pain and increases your range of motion. So I'm going to show you a few things. So this would be one, just giving a little bit of harder, deeper sensation to the problem area or problem joint. And then you play around and see what your range of motion is. So for me, that I don't respond well to that. And then you have, say you've got like a little bit of a brush, right? If you have a paintbrush, that would be perfect. So you can roll up your sleeve a little bit, and you're just giving the problem area some other input. You can see it from the side. So it seems like, what? How could this help? But you would be surprised what your brain pays attention to and what it wants more of. Okay, so that's number two. Then I'll reassess that. And if you can see, for me, my brain appreciates that sensory input more so. So that actually helped my range of motion. So that's number two. Number three, I'm going to use this little pinprick. And I'm going to go very gently. We're just going to play around and provide the area a little bit of different stimulus and see what your body responds well to. So I'll just go all around the problem joint and give that a shot. Then we'll reassess. So that may even be a little bit better than the brush for me. So those are three things we did. Firmer, harder impact with kind of this little soft hammer. And then I worked on brushing with these little bristles. And then the third one was something sharper, this little guy. But what I've also been using for my shoulder over the past couple weeks is a compression band and wrapping it around actually my left knee, because the left knee is the opposing joint of your right elbow. And that had a really good impact for me as well. So what I want you to play with is, if you have shoulder pain or any type of pain anywhere in your body, I want you to play around with trying to give that area different input. So you've got sharp, you have dull, you have hot, cold, light pressure, deep pressure. And so play around, have some fun, investigate, and see if providing those different stimuluses to the problem area help reduce your pain. And if so, awesome. And then if not, go to the opposing joint. So you could go back to my previous video from a week ago, but remember your body is a big X, and the center of that X is your pelvis. And so if I have problem area in the right shoulder and I'm trying different things and it's not working, okay, break, breathe, go to the opposing hip, opposing joint, which would, for me, would be my left hip. So give those things a shot, and if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, good luck.